We're halfway there today on SB Baseball. And welcome to the SB Baseball Podcast. I'm your host, Alan, and no recap. We've been off for a couple days. All-Star break's been going on, but let's go ahead and let's take a little dive. Let's see what's going on in the standings. As we get ready to pick up the second half of the season, let's see where everybody's sitting at and where we're at. So we're just going to pull up the standings. We're going to start in the American League, and we're going to start in the East, right? Arguably one of the best divisions in baseball. You got the Orioles leading the way there. They're 58 and 38, a game up on the Yankees, who are 58 and 40. The Orioles they have been struggling a little bit as of late. They're 3 and 7 in their last 10. The Yankees are 4 and 6 in their last 10. Third place, 4.5 games back, is the Boston Red Sox, who've been coming on strong as of late. They're 7 and 3 in their last 10. They won their last 2 going into the break. They've been playing some pretty darn good ball. Rafael Devers has been doing good. Jalen Duran, your All-Star Game MVP, has also just been playing some great ball lately. Just watch out for the Red Sox. They're only 4.5 back. And then things drop off a little bit from there. You got the Rays at 48 and 48 right now. They're 10 games back and 5 and 5 in their last 10. And then bringing up the rear is the Blue Jays at 44 and 52. They're 14 games back, 5 and 5 in their last 10. Now let's jump on over to the Central, where you have the Guardians leading the way. The Guardians are 4.5 games up on the Minnesota Twins. The Guardians are 58 and 37. They are 4 and 6 in their last 10, so they have been having a little bit of issues as of late. But the Minnesota Twins, they're 54 and 42, 6 and 4 in their last 10, so they are creeping on a little bit of a come up there. Now the Twins are definitely better at home than they are on the road. At home they're 27 and 18 versus on the road they're 27 and 24. Just a tick over that 500 mark. And then you got the Royals in third place right now. They're 52 and 45. They're 7 games back of the Guardians. They're 5 and 5 in their last 10. They lost their last 2 going into the break. Then the Tigers are in fourth place at 47 and 50. They're 12 games back. They have won 8 of their last 10, and their last 2 going into the break. And then bringing up the rear, come on, the White Sox, right? The worst team in baseball. Not even close. They're 27 and 71, a 276 win percentage. They're 32.5 games back of the Guardians. Yeah, 32.5 back. Their run differential is negative 177. Just let that sink in for a second. Negative 177. They lost their last 4, and they're 2 and 8 in their last 10. The White Sox are they're really, really bad. And then we go over to the AL West, where you have the Mariners leading the way there. They're only a game up on the Astros. The Mariners are 52 and 46. The Astros are 50 and 46. The Mariners have lost 3 straight. They're 5 and 5 in their last 10. So things haven't been so great for them here as of late. The Astros have lost their last 2 going into the break. They're 6 and 4 in their last 10, though. And third place is the Rangers, who are just trying to get back to 500 right now. They're 46 and 50. They're 5 games back. They're only 5 games back. It's not a lot. They're still right there within striking distance. They did win their last 2, and they're 7 and 3 in their last 10 going into the break. The Angels are fourth place at 41 and 55. They're 10 games back of the Mariners. They have won their last 3. They're 5 and 5 in their last 10. And bringing up the rear is the Oakland Athletics, 37 and 61. 15 games back. They did win their last one going into the break, and they're 5 and 5 in their last 10. So that's where we're sitting at with the American League. Let's jump over to the National League, and we're going to start off with the East, where we've got the best team in baseball. the Philadelphia Phillies. They're 8.5 up on the Braves. Yeah, 8.5 up on the Braves. The Phillies did lose their last one going into the break. They're 5-5 in their last 10, though. You had Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, both banged up, missed some time, came back just before the break. So got a few days off, give them a little bit more extra time to get better, healed, get going. But yeah, I mean the Phillies are just they're just good. I mean the Braves got a .558 win percentage. They're 53-42 right now. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They've just been treading water, right? At 53-42, you've got several divisions in baseball that they would be leading. But you got the Phillies there, right? Third place, the Mets, who have just been on an absolute tear lately. They're 49-46. They're 12.5 back. They're 26-26 at home. They're 23-20 on the road. They did lose their last one going in the break, but they are 7-3 in their last 10. And since they've brought Jose Iglesias up, of course, you got the Grimace too, but Jose Iglesias is a real player that plays, that you can quantify stats, and he's just been playing great since he's joined the Mets, and the Mets have been playing great. In fourth place, you got the Nationals, 44-53. They're 18.5 games back, 3-7 in their last 10, and then the second worst team in baseball, the Miami Marlins, 33-63. 29 games back, -152 run differential, 3-7 in their last 10. Whew, not good. And let's take a look at the NL Central now. You got the Milwaukee Brewers leading the way. They're 4.5 up on the Cardinals. The Cardinals have been making a run here lately. It wasn't that long ago that the Cardinals were right there at the bottom of the bottom there in the Central, but now they're sitting there in second place. The Brewers, they're 3-7 in their last 10. They've been struggling just a little bit. They're definitely a better home team than they are on the road. They're only one game over 500 on the road at 26-25. They are 29-17 at home. Cardinals again 50-46. 4.5 games back. They do have a negative run differential. -38. Whew. But they are 4 games over 500. They're 5-5 in their last 10. And then you've got a very intriguing team there in third place with the Pittsburgh Pirates. I love their pitching rotation. Paul Skeens has just been, I mean, what more can you say? The guy's been phenomenal. Love watch. He's must watch TV. Pirates are 48-48, 6.5 back. They have won their last 4. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Then you got the Reds in fourth place. I love watching Run DLC, Ellie De La Cruz. They're kind of back and forth, right? They're 47-50. They're 3 games under 500. They're 8 games back. Here's an intro. They are positive in the run differential area. They have outscored their opponents overall, so it's either they win by a lot or they lose, right? They're plus 38 in run differential, 5-5 in their last 10. Bringing up the rear is the Cubs. They're 47-51, 8.5 games back, 7-3 in their last 10 though. So with them being 8.5 back, they're still within striking distance. So everybody in that Central has a shot still. 8.5 with the second half of the season left. Plenty of time, right? And then we got the West. The Dodgers, who have just haven't been good as of late. They're 56-41. They're 7 up on the Diamondbacks and the Padres. They've lost their last 2 going in the break, and they're 3-7 in their last 10. Not great. The Diamondbacks are second place at 49-48, 7 games back. Like I said, they're 6-4 in their last 10, so they've made a little ground up. And then the San Diego Padres are 50-49, 7 games back. Lost their last one going to the break. They're 4-6 in their last 10. Sitting in fourth place is the San Francisco Giants at 47-50, 9 games back, 5-5 in their last 10. And bringing up the rear is the Colorado Rockies, 34-63, 22 back, negative 169 run differential. So I know I said the Marlins were the second worst team, but maybe it's the Rockies. Now, the Rockies they got one more win than them, but they do have one game in hand. The Marlins are 33-63. The Rockies are 34-63. Run differential is definitely in the favor of the Marlins as they're negative 152, and the Rockies are negative 169. So, yeah. But that's take a look at your standings. Let's take a look before we move on. Let's take a look at your wild card. So right now, your two wild card teams are the Yankees, the Twins, and the Red Sox. The Royals are 2 games out. The Astros are 3.5 out. The Rays are 5.5 out. Tigers 7 back. Your world champion Texas Rangers are 7.5 back. And then it goes to 9, 9.5, 12, and so on. Over in the National League, you've got the Braves, the Cardinals, and the Mets. A game back is the Diamondbacks and the Padres. The Pirates are only a game and a half out. And the Pirates are a team that if they get into the playoffs with that pitching rotation, watch out. Watch out. They're only a game and a half back of the wild card. The Giants are 3 back. The Reds are 3 back. Cubs are 3.5 back. The Nationals are 6 back. And then you've got the Rockies and the Marlins at 16 and 16.5 back. So you can make the argument that everybody other than the Rockies and the Marlins are still in it over in the National League. The American League, the White Sox are definitely out of it, 27.5 back. Oakland A's, 17.5 back. The Angels, 12.5 back. So, yeah, probably out of it. But that's a look at your standings. Let's take a look at your wild card. I mean, let's before we'll do one more thing before we move on. Let's take a look and see what do we have coming up this week. This weekend, do we have any series that we're really excited about? And yeah, right off the bat, we got the Phillies and the Pirates. Definitely looking forward to that. That should be a really fun series. They're playing that there in Pittsburgh. I want to take a look at some of these probable pitchers for that series. I want to see when we're getting Skeens and who's he matched up against. Because let me tell you, yeah, and it looks like the Phillies are dodging Skeens. They're not going to get him unless this is a 4-game set. Let's take a look at Monday and see if nope. So it looks like the Phillies aren't going to get Paul Skeens. They're not playing him, pitching him in this, but that should be a fun series for sure. You get to see kind of what they're made of. Outside of that, I'm just kind of looking. The Rangers and the Orioles, okay, that's not too bad of a series to look at. The Red Sox and the Dodgers, I'm looking forward to that. That should be a fun series. But again, the Red Sox have been hot as of late, and the Dodgers not so much. This is your series of the weekend. You got the Astros and the Mariners playing. Friday, you've got Brown and Castillo pitching against each other. Let's take a look and see if I can see all of the pitching matchups that we have for this. Our probable pitchers for the whole series, and then again, you're looking at the Astros are only 1 game back. Game 2, Framber Valdez versus George Kirby. That should be a fun one. And then in Game 3, you're going to get Ronel Blanco versus Brian Wu. So the Astros could, by the end of this weekend, be sitting right there in first place in the AL West. They're only a game back. So it should be fun. So far, Seattle leads the series 5-2. But we'll see. You know, they got 6 games left this season. So you got this 3-game set, then you have one more 3-game set at the end of September. will be the next time these two teams will meet. But that's your series of the weekend. But hey, baseball's back. It's coming back. I mean, not that it really went away, but the All-Star break. You get a few days off, but we're getting right back into the swing of things. Got a lot of baseball that's going to be played tomorrow, and I mean, if you know one thing, I love some day games. You only got one day game tomorrow. You got the Diamondbacks and the Cubs. They play at 1:20 Central Standard Time, and then everything else kicks off around 5:40. So you've got the one-day game, and then everything else is at night. You've got late night, the Astros and Mariners, first pitch at 9:10. That's also going to be the same time that the Dodgers and the Red Sox are playing. So you got two really good series going on at the same time. It's kind of a little bit of a bummer there, but what can you do? Baseball's coming back. The break's over. Let's get back into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to some recaps, guys. Make sure you're checking us out on a daily basis for the MLB recap. It's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the second half of the season. But do me a favor, guys. Hit that like, subscribe button, comment, share the show, tell a friend, all that fun stuff. This has been your look at the standings. As always, I'm your host, Alan. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces. Thank you for listening to the SB Baseball Podcast.